4 for a brick, what the fuck is this?
On camera and in the flesh.
8,000 for a pound. What the is this?
Walker says he's notorious in East Augusta. He grew up in public housing in the bottoms. His songs are about the things he sees here, violence and drugs.
A street, yeah, I'm on my street, man.
My music is for entertainment and expression.
It's that expression that Waynesboro Police Chief Alfonso Williams is attacking.
It's kind of a controversial topic to take on, especially as a black police chief.
If anybody thinks that that we need to continue sticking our heads in the sand and not making a correlation between the music and what's happening, then you're just ignorant.
Williams works with a local teacher and has classes once a month educating children and their parents about what they say are the dangers of rap music.
We're meeting the challenge head on. We realize that we have kids here who are affected by this music and these hidden messages, and we want to help get the word out.
Williams believes rap music is in part responsible for the violent culture among the youth today. Kwame Green is also a local rapper, but he commends what Williams is doing. His rap is of a different breed.
Instead of paying homage to the Holy One, we killed them.
Kwame's message wasn't always so heavenly. He says he was tied up in drugs and gangs before he became a Christian, and that rap used to play a part in his old lifestyle.
A lot of the things that I'm ashamed of now were an integral aspect of the music that I listened to.
Kwame is also a Christian educator. He now raps with a new perspective. He wishes other rappers would write beyond what's happening outside their doors.
Sometimes a writer is just saying what he's seeing, but you know, I think we should see better. I think we should have a vision for our future that goes beyond what's going on a day-to-day basis.
Speaking from life experiences, I've listened to the same music. I've been in the same place. Did it make me react? No. You know why? Because I had parents.
Tez says it should be the parents' responsibility to educate kids. Just because they hear something in a song does not mean they should copy that lifestyle. But Williams says that's not enough.
It's not just a guy who's trying to make money. It's a guy who's trying to corrupt kids.
Tez says his music is not geared towards children. His songs are meant for entertainment, not to impact a culture. But look at where he is standing in his video. In front of the River Glen Apartments, where there have been 3 murders in less than a year's time, and he's surrounded by kids.
If this music is taken out of context, it's going to ruin them, essentially.
I believe that, you know, words are seeds. And if you get those seeds planted into the heart of teens or adults or whoever is listening to it, that eventually is going to bring forth a harvest.
Green and Williams say the seeds rappers like Tez are sowing will lead kids to a life of crime.
Rap, yes, it is part of the reason. Taking rap out of the world, it's not going to stop what's going on.
FedEx, UPS, where the f*** you at?
Jillian Benfield, WJBF News Channel 6.
We spent the day here at Arlington National Cemetery along with the Richmond County Motors because there was no necessarily special events planned today, so they really took time to spend time with each other and to remember JD.
Freedom isn't free. It may be one of your first thoughts when walking through the 624 acres of Arlington National Cemetery. No one knows this better than the Motors of Richmond County.
It's as hard as losing a brother, a real family member brother. It's tough.
These guys rode by Deputy J.D. Paz's side for years before he was gunned down on the job.
Well, obviously, it's a sad occasion for us all here. We certainly would rather have him here, and we miss him. I'd change places with him.
Instead of going to the offered formal grief counseling Monday, the Motors decided to spend their time here, reflecting and healing together.
How we're healing through this. We talk about the good times that we had, how much fun it was.
Unlike the unknown soldier who is only known by God, the Motors take comfort knowing the people JD served know the story of not just how he died, but how he lived.
Well, you look at these graves, and these are servicemen and women that died for us. And as a member of law enforcement, we're willing to die for you. and you and our brothers.
Tomorrow there's another big memorial event. We're going to be there bright and early at 6 a.m. It starts at 11, and we're going to have all the coverage coming up for you tomorrow on the news at noon and following on the news at 5, right here on WJBF News Channel 6. For now, reporting from Arlington National Cemetery, Jillian Benfield, WJBF News Channel 6.
I've just been trying to hold myself together. It's hard. It's very hard.
Tamika James can hardly get out the words about what life has been like without her firstborn child. It was Super Bowl Sunday 2012. 19-year-old Moses Williams had just finished watching the game at a family member's home. Afterward, his girlfriend and her sister needed to tend to their mother here on Granby Lane. Moses was waiting for the girls to come back outside when someone shot him and then took off.
She said that Moses had been shot and they thought that he was dead. I felt like the world stopped. Time stopped.
Aiken public safety officers say young black males are no strangers to violence. What they say makes the murder of Moses Williams different from others is that Moses had never been in trouble before.
He raised him to do the right thing, and he had the positive influences throughout the family to do the right thing.
Detective Keith Glover says the most common thing people have said about Moses when they've brought them in for questioning is how much he loved his 1-year-old son, Devin.
During this investigation, it was just kind of puzzling because everybody we interviewed had all positive things to say about Moses Williams.
That's what's making this case so hard to crack. Officers can't figure out who would want to kill Moses. They've had several people of interest. All have been cleared.
Do you guys even guess why somebody would want to do this to him?
We don't have the slightest idea.
Moses had a steady job. He was in the process of trying out for a pro football team, and he had aspirations of going into the Air Force.
For this to occur, I mean, there's no telling what the individual actually took away from not only the city, state, the country.
He didn't bother anyone.
We requested an interview from Moses' mother, Tamika. Instead, we were met with his whole family. They bring this banner filled with Moses' pictures to all of their family events. This tight-knit group has been Moses' biggest champions of justice. They've held their own press conference to try to get people to come forward.
It's months as far as the time passes, but for us, it's like we're reliving it every day because we don't know.
Aiken Public Safety is actively working the case, but tips have stopped coming in. Without them, they may never know who murdered Moses. That person could still be walking the streets of Aiken.
There's somebody out there that has the information that could put this puzzle together, and we just need for them to come forth and bring it to us.
That's all I need. I need some answers. That's what I need. I need answers.
Jillian Benfield, WJBF News Channel 6.
Brad, they asked me about 50 questions. The interview took about 2 hours to do, and Aaron Schmidt is one of 4 teens they're profiling that has been convicted of murder.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Lacey Aaron Schmidt, guilty of malice murder.
It was a case that had much of the CSRA glued to their TVs. 15-year-old Aaron Schmidt accused of killing his 14-year-old neighbor, a girl he considered family.
The crime itself was pretty gruesome, and you know, they were neighbors, they were friends, and we just felt like the trust that was there was broken, and we just felt this was a great story to tell.
That's why E! segment producer Emily Diaz, along with her crew, traveled from Los Angeles to Augusta. They're doing a series about when teens kill. Emily interviewed me for about 2 hours. She wanted to know everything from Schmidt's relationship with the Callahan family, when investigators considered him a suspect, to the gruesome and heartbreaking details of the actual murder.
When teens are responsible for these types of crimes, like the Lacey Aaron Schmidt crime, we just feel it touches everyone in a different way. We want to explore what led these teens to commit the actions that they did.
Prosecutors argue the reason Schmidt killed Alana was that he believed she was driving a wedge between him and the rest of her family. It was a case with no winners. A 14-year-old girl dead, a 15-year-old boy locked up for life without parole. But what Emily feels like she can do is honor Alana's life by telling her story.
And we just really want to keep Ilana's memory alive, so we felt this was the best way to do it.
E is also interviewing prosecutor Natalie Payne, the Callahan family, and the Schmidt family. The series is expected to air October 31st, Halloween night. Count on News Channel 6 to keep you posted if that air date does in fact change. In the newsroom, Jillian Benfield, WJBF News Channel 6.